Hey friends, it's your girl T, and today's video is all about Ayurveda and hair care and how I like to do it. For the completely uninitiated, Ayurveda refers to Ayurvedic herbs, which are ingredients used more in Eastern medicine and healing. But Ayurveda and Ayurvedic techniques have been around for centuries and centuries, and there is a whole host of herbs and plants that can be used to help heal the mind, the body, the skin, whatever ails you. And over the past decade or so, Ayurvedic ingredients have become more popular in sort of more mainstream hair care. Certainly in the Afro-textured / natural hair care community, to the point where I'm seeing companies, I think like even Soft Sheen Carlson has like an Amla line. But there's so many Ayurvedic herbs out there. Amla is probably the most popular, I would estimate. But there's so many others, and forgive my pronunciation on these because for the most part, I have not heard them pronounced by other people who actually know how to pronounce them. I've heard them pronounced by other people like me who are just taking their best guess. Some other popular Ayurvedic herbs for hair care include Brahmi, Neem, Shikakai, Greengrass, also called Maca, Kapoor Khatri, Henna, Cassia, Fenugreek, Tulsi, Aretha, sometimes just called Retha. Needless to say, there's a lot. I encourage you to use the internet. Clearly you have internet access if you're watching this video. So if you're interested in Ayurveda, it's definitely worth doing some research and kind of educating yourself on the different herbs and seeing which ones might be a good fit for you. I also encourage you to check out Duchess Gabrielle's channel. She's another YouTuber. She's also a businesswoman. She's got her own boutique line of hair care products. It's really just some moisturizing oils and cream, but she's so smart. I think she's actually studying chemistry. So she's definitely a really excellent resource for learning about Ayurvedic hair care in a visual way because she's done tons of videos on various ingredients, and I will link her channel below. Now that we're all kind of on the same page, I want to move into how I like to incorporate Ayurveda into my hair care. I started incorporating Ayurvedic techniques and ingredients and practices into my hair care, I would say as far back as 2010 when I first decided I wanted to grow my hair out. I stumbled across the use of Ayurvedic ingredients fairly early on in this whole experiment, and I have been using them ever since. The first and probably most DIY way to incorporate Ayurvedic ingredients into your hair care is to use just that ingredient itself. You can buy powdered Ayurvedic herbs online. Sometimes you can get them from local Indian grocery stores depending on where you live. I reckon the most popular brand is Hesh. I will not buy Hesh. Some years ago, there was a recall of Hesh powders because they found rat shit in the product. That is not defamatory. That is what happened. You can look it up. So yeah, I don't buy that brand. Some other brands you might want to check out are Lakshmi's Cupboard. She is, I think, a one-woman show, so all of her packaging is pretty straightforward. It's just kind of a plastic bag with a label on it. This is Green Garage. Another place to check out is good old Mountain Rose Herbs. Most of us who are sort of into the DIY aspect of hair care and or skincare have heard of this place if you watch a lot of YouTube videos. This is a pound of amla powder that I got from them. They also sell whole amla. And then another sort of off-the-shelf brand is Seasons. And this one I think I bought from a local Indian grocery store here in LA. This is again amla powder, but as you might be able to hear, it's like in a plastic bag inside but almost completely out, which is why I've got that backup from Mountain Rose Herbs. The powders can be very tricky to use or very easy to use depending on how you decide to use them. You can go as simple as picking one, mixing it with water, and applying it as a paste or mud to your hair and scalp and just doing that. They make tea bags that are okay for use with either loose herbs or powder, so you can put a teaspoon or a few different types, in the tea bag and then make an infusion of either just water or infuse an oil, up to you. The main way I like to use powders is I basically take equal amounts of the ones I like and I just combine them all, and then I make kind of a super secret sauce, which is what I have in here. I'm nearly out and I need to mix some more up. Yeah, this is pretty much done in here. I've got one more use left, I would say, and this is just a mix of amla, brahmi, greengrass, kapoor khatri, and I think that's it. I think I just use equal amounts of those 4 herbs. Put that in here, and on each wash day that I want to use it, I'll just take, say, a tablespoon, sift it, and I'll put that in my deep conditioner, and that's it. Really quick, really easy way to incorporate the powders without the mess. My personal 2 favorite powders are Greengrass and Amla based on the claims of what they do for hair and scalp. So those are the 2 that I reach for the most. So you'll see those 2 popping up the most frequently as I go through the products that I show you guys today. The next favorite way that I like to incorporate Ayurveda into my hair care routine is through the use of oil infusions. As I indicated in the first round with the powders slash herbs, I don't have any loose herbs to show you guys, but if you had some, you could use the powder or the loose herbs to make your own oil infusion, whether you did a cold infusion where you just put everything in a jar and let it infuse over the course of several weeks, or you could make a hot infusion where you actually use a crock pot or some other heat source to make it happen a little bit faster for you. I've done both in the past. I ain't got time for that. I'd much rather just buy a pre-made oil infusion, which is what I do now. I'm just going to quickly run through a few that I like. The first is Vatika oil. This is Vatika frosting from Ayurveda. They call it frosting because it smells like frosting. They add fragrance to it and it seriously smells like vanilla frosting. This is probably my third jar of this stuff. I absolutely love it. I've been using it for years and years. It's a coconut oil base, as Vatika oil generally is. You can get this Vatika oil. There's another probably far more famous Vatika oil that comes in a green bottle, which I have used for years and that I love, but I just don't have any right now. Vatika oil is always infused with henna, and sometimes there will be other herbs incorporated as well that are Ayurvedic. And it's just a really easy way to get that Ayurvedic aspect into my hair care routine. You can use this oil any way you like. You can use it as a pre-poo, a sealant, add some to your deep conditioner, whatever you want. And by the way, that's true for all the other oils I'm about to show you. It's really just an efficient way to get that Ayurvedic ingredient into your routine, or even a bunch of Ayurvedic ingredients depending on the oil you choose. And I would say it's probably the most convenient way to be able to do so consistently, because you can add some oil to your hair pretty much anytime you feel like it. It doesn't mean that you need to deep condition your hair or pre-poo your hair. You can just put some on your scalp if you want to before bed. If you oil your scalp, of course. Some people do, some people don't. Another Ayurvedic oil I love is neem oil. This one is from Mountain Rose Herbs. Neem is a great cleansing herb. So this is one that I like to add to either my mud washes or to my deep conditioners, really to kind of keep my scalp clean, fresh, and happy. It's just like a little extra on the cleansing front. Probably my favorite Ayurvedic oil is from Lakshmi's Cupboard. It is the Bahasvata oil. This particular one is a limited edition one where she did the infusion in coconut oil. Her normal one is in castor oil. I love that one too. I've repurchased it a handful of times, but I picked this coconut oil one up when she had it available because of obsessed with coconut oil. Sidebar, it did not come with this applicator tip. I put this on myself. I love this oil because it's basically an all-star oil in terms of ingredients. Whether it's the coconut oil one that I have or the normal castor oil one that she has, it has amla, bringraj, brahmi, neem, shikakai, marshmallow, calendula, and vitamin E. So you're getting 5 different Ayurvedic herbs in one oil. It really is a heavy hitter. But if you like things that are a little bit more targeted and focused, and sometimes I do depending on what my needs are or desires are that particular day or that particular wash day. She also has amla oil. This is in a castor oil base. And of course, bringraj oil. This is also in a castor oil base. As I mentioned, these two herbs in particular are my favorite herbs, so that's why they keep popping up. This is a shikakai herbal hair oil from Ayurveda. This is mostly castor seed oil, but it's also got almond oil, and some other oils in here. I'm not really going to go through the whole ingredients list, but I love this one similarly to the way I love the neem oil to kind of boost the cleansing, because shikakai is really good for cleansing. So this is another one that I love to add to mud washes, or if I want a little bit more cleansing to continue during my deep conditioning process, I'll chuck it in there. But really, you can use this anytime you want. Even if you want to just kind of refresh your scalp without washing your hair, you could probably put a few drops of this on your scalp if you wanted to during the week, or just use it as a sealant, because a lot of people love castor oil to seal their hair. Quick honorable mention, I have not tried this one yet. I just picked it up, but this is from Camille Rose Naturals, sister-owned business. This is the Cocoa Nibs and Honey Ultimate Growth Serum, and it's got Ayurvedic Brahmi and Amla oil. So once I saw that, I figured it was worth a try. I am very excited to try this out. It's got virgin amla oil, sesame seed oil, virgin coconut oil, virgin jojoba oils. I'm not entirely sure what virgin amla oil means, because I don't think you can just have straight amla oil. I think you have to infuse amla into some other carrier oil. Nonetheless, the ingredients list for that one looked pretty good. Camille Rose Naturals is a brand that I've just sort of been discovering over the past year or two. I've known about them for forever, but just started trying their products relatively recently, and I really have liked some of them so far, so I'm excited to give that one a try. And that honorable mention in the oils category segues perfectly into the final category, which is products that just already have Ayurveda in them. Now, of course, to some extent, those oils would count as that, but really I'm referring more to conditioners or shampoos or products rather than oils. There are lots of brands on the market now that are making deep conditioners and other products that already have Ayurvedic ingredients in them, which I love because it just saves me the hassle of having to add them in myself. My number one favorite conditioner that incorporates Ayurvedic ingredients is not in stock at my house right now. It is the Nati Kupuasu and Rasul deep conditioner. That conditioner is so good. And it's got the added benefit of having Rasul clay in it, so it really helps to keep my hair detangled and defined after I finish detangling it before my wash day. The conditioner is fairly like lightweight in texture, but it's got so much slip, so it's really easy to apply. And I remember the first time I used it, it felt so lightweight that I was just like, this isn't going to moisturize my hair. But as I started applying it, I was just like, oh my God, yes it is. I could just tell it was going to be really good for my hair, and it was so good that I actually remember jumping on my computer to order another jar of it while it was still sitting in my hair. It was that good. I haven't restocked on it recently because both times I purchased, including that time where I was just like impulse buying more, it was during a sale, and the conditioner is quite expensive. So I'm planning to stalk her site around Black Friday and hopefully pick up some more, because that is one that I really like to have in my stash. There's also a deep conditioner from Lakshmi's Cupboard that has a ton of Ayurvedic ingredients in it, which I reviewed in this wash day video if you would like to check it out. And then there's also this pomade from Créme Biologics. This isn't a deep conditioner. This is sort of not quite an oil. It's basically hair grease, but it's their Amla Oil Nourishing Pomade, and you can use this however you would normally use a pomade. Sometimes I'll use a little bit of that just to kind of tame my edges and tie a scarf down. Y'all know I don't really lay my edges because I don't really have edges anyway. That product's great for that, or if I really want to just like kind of be old school and grease my scalp, like if I've got box braids or something and I feel like my scalp is feeling a little dry, even though it was so terrible back in the day because we were basically putting straight petroleum and mineral oil on my scalp. It's nice to have a product that's actually well formulated for our scalp like this, and to know it's got amla in there already. To recap, my 3 favorite ways to incorporate Ayurveda into my hair care routine: straight up using Ayurvedic herbs in powder form generally, but you can also sometimes find them as like loose herbs, using an Ayurvedic oil infusion, or using a product that just already has it in there for me, like a deep conditioner or shampoo or whatever. And that's pretty much it. So I hope that this video was helpful for those of you who are interested in Ayurveda but don't really know where to start. Let me know if you use any of the products I mentioned or if you're going to check them out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.
That's a nappy-headed hose there, I'm going to tell you that now.